from the studios who created the Earth's mightiest heroes, finally giving their most hard-working character a chance for a movie. She was once a supermodel, then an assistant of a super-rich guy who has lots of toys, I mean suits, then she had to be his bodyguard, then a spy, she even had to bartend for them to get a movie. But that's not all. Then they said that she has to babysit a big green monster, she did that too. Even labors of Hercules weren't that hard. So, then they decided to kill her. Literally she had to die to get her own movie. And finally, it was about to happen in 29th of April. But again, it has been pushed back to November because of COVID-19. Now she has to fight against a world-class pandemic to get her movie to theaters. And her name is Black Widow. Let's talk about this upcoming movie. This movie takes place right after Civil War, but before Infinity War. We can assume it takes place before Black Panther, because we see Taskmaster using vibranium shields and claws. Claw is the major dealer of vibranium in the MCU, so we can assume he is connected through the underworld, to the Red Room program or directly to Taskmaster himself. The Russian Captain America type character is actually the Russian version of Captain America. Except that he wasn't stuck in the ice for 70 years, and didn't make weird jokes about his own ass.
That is America's ass.
During the Cold War, Russians steal Cap's super soldier serum. Using that, they create Red Guardian. We see him in prison, beating up other prisoners, showing off his strength. When David Harbour talks about his character, he says that Russians believe Red Guardian is a failure. So we can assume that he is in prison because he ignored government orders or failed a mission on purpose. Or could it be about that child who had supernatural powers, that he hid inside his house? David Harbour also talks about Alexei Shostakov, who is the Red Guardian, and his relationship with Natasha. He says that he was like a father to her. We see another Black Widow in trailers, who calls Natasha sister. That character is Yelena Belova. She is like a surrogate younger sister to Natasha. Don't get confused. They are not biologically related. So we understand her family before her family she creates in Avengers. So basically that house is a foster house. We see some footage in Budapest. That's right. We are finally going to Budapest. After about 10 years of teasing, we are going to Budapest.
Like Budapest all over again.
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
A long way from Budapest.
We know MCU fans are excited about that. Natasha is on the run because she is still a fugitive after the events of Civil War. Now let's talk about Taskmaster. For the people who don't know about Taskmaster, it's a computer function similar to Task Manager and Taskbar. I'm kidding. Taskmaster is a master mercenary and an assassin in the Marvel Universe. He has the ability to see, analyze, predict and adapt others' fighting styles. He doesn't have to fight others for this. He just watch footages of other people and adapt them for himself. So he basically is a paparazzi who has a less powerful Sharingan. We see him in trailers copying Cap, Black Panther and even Black Widow herself. But he cannot copy physical abilities of others such as speed, agility, durability or strength of someone like Cap. It's just only the fighting style. Because of this reason his worst enemy is Deadpool. Deadpool is too unpredictable to be analyzed and predicted by Taskmaster. I mean, who else can rip off his own limbs mid-fight and grow them back? Let's hope that in the future we could see a battle between them. There is news that John Wick fight choreographer is coming to Black Widow. So imagine those amazing fight scenes we saw in John Wick in Black Widow. But let's hope that there isn't another dog scene. There is also a slight chance that Winter Soldier could show up in a flashback scene to shoot her in the stomach. But don't get confused about Winter Soldier and Red Room. They are separate programs run by separate organizations with the authority of the Soviet Union. Winter Soldier is run by Hydra while the Red Room is run by the Taskmaster. It is said in the trailers that he is the one running the show behind the curtain. He is not just a foot soldier like Red Guardian or Winter Soldier. Then we see Rachel Weisz character Melina Voss take off. She is the surrogate mother of the family. In the comics we know her by her alias, Iron Maiden. We see some red vials in the hands of Natasha. We assume that is the super soldier serum given to Red Guardian. But some theories are running around that they are Pym particles. We don't see the movie going that direction, but it is a plausible theory. We are not going to explain that theory here, but there are videos explaining this theory in depth. We see de-aged Thunderbolt Ross. We can assume it's during flashback scenes in Budapest or another mission. We know that Thunderbolts are going to appear as the antagonists in the new series, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Let us know if you want us to do a video about that. So we should see Thunderbolts being formed in the movie or in the end credits by Thunderbolt Ross, just like Nick Fury did in the first Iron Man movie.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
But without all the weird Ike catchphrases.
Look me in the eye and tell me you're going to shut him down.
I am very real.
Remember, I got my eye on you.
Top candidates for this team are Taskmaster, Ghost, Zemo, Justine Hammer, and of course Thunderbolt Ross himself. Most of you might not know that Thunderbolt Ross goes through a similar operation to Hulk, and becomes Red Hulk. So the red vials can also be used for that, similar to how trying to recreate Cap's super soldier serum led to the creation of the Hulk. The movie is about Natasha trying to save her little surrogate sister, and uncovering the new generation of the Red Room program. She has to destroy the Red Room to save Yelena Belova. That's how she is going to clear the red off of her ledger. It's hard to understand Marvel's red fetish with Russians. Do they have to put the word red in front of everything done by Russians? There are many theories about who Taskmaster is, because he is wearing a mask in all the movie trailers. There is a guy that comes to the Comic-Con panel of Black Widow, who is playing a major character named Rick Mason. We think he is Taskmaster. But there are other theories that say Melina Vostokov is Taskmaster, because in Black Widow comics she is a major villain. But there are still news coming out about the movie. But one thing we know for sure is that this movie also will be a treat to watch. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe as it helps a lot. Let us know what you thought and what you want us to do next in the comments section below. If you haven't already watched our previous videos, links are in the description below. Let's meet in the next review. Until then, goodbye.